Maddie.
So right now, joining us on the line is parenting expert from Connected Parenting, also author of Little People, Big Feelings, and co-host of Beyond the Chaos podcast, is Jen Muir. Hi, Jen.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Well, thanks, Jen.
Thanks for coming back. Congratulations on the book launch. I saw that over the socials. Well done.
Thank you. Super exciting.
I've got a little bit of a question for you, Jen. We had you on a couple of weeks ago and you were fantastic. The feedback we got from our listeners with you on was just incredible. It was really good. And then, so what we're dealing with, when I say we, I'm here doing radio. My wife at the moment, he's about to turn 7, Ziggy. He's going to year 1 this year. He's got a new teacher and not as many friends. He didn't get any friends in his class this year. And
so hard when they don't get their people.
Yeah, and we're having a little bit of, it's really hard. We're having a bit of school reluctance. There's tears in the morning, not wanting to go to school, and it's really hard with Bella trying to manage the other 2 kids. And I know that this is quite common, but we feel quite alone in it. Is there anything that, like, if someone else is going through this, that can help with those mornings where there's just tears and reluctance?
Yes, I would love to do this because it's so common, not just for kids that wound up with a different teacher or didn't get their mates in their class, but the beginning of a school year, when we think about it, our kids have had 6 or 8 weeks off. It's, in their brains, in their span of their lifetime, that's such a big gap. And so now they're back to doing something that is just simply so different. And I think the thing we sort of underestimate is that just by not having that safety and security of those couple of mates or just getting to know that new teacher, it takes every ounce of our kids' energy and emotional ability to just juggle that while he's there. And so what is so normal is that we see them falling apart either after school or before school going. And I think if we can get really good at sort of going, this makes so much sense, I can really understand why this is hard. We all know that feeling, even as adults, of not wanting to go back to work after a big break or being nervous about doing something new. So a couple of kind of tips that, in a practical sense that would help. The first thing is our instinct. When our child says in the morning, I don't want to go to school, I mean, tell me if you do something different, but I'll tell you what I want to jump to. Mm-hmm. But you love it at school, but your mates are at school, but you're going to miss out. So we try to just make it better.
Yeah.
Or otherwise we do you've got to go to school because, otherwise the police will come and pick you up, or, we salvage the life.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a job. You've got a job to do. And it can seem so counterintuitive. And I can tell you, because my youngest is 7 as well, and this child was sent to Earth to test everything I teach, right? Like he is he's a big personality, and he often doesn't want to go. And, sometimes I do all that stuff and then I notice this isn't working. And so I just stop and I get down right, like drop everything, get right down face to face. I drive a big bus. I've got 4 kids. I open the van door and I get right opposite him and I go, you really don't want to go today, do you? And I just pause. And I know that sounds so simple, but what you will notice is if you give your child a chance to just process that you've gone, I hear you. You wish you didn't have to go, or it is hard to say goodbye. We now have this opportunity to shift the mood. And we're scared to do that sometimes because I think we think, well, if I accept this, they'll never go.
Yeah.
And actually what happens is you've now got an opportunity to go, I get it. I relate. I even know what that's like. And lots of kids would be feeling the same. And then we've got an opportunity to go, what can we do to make this better? And so in terms of what might help him, this is where we coach like the day before. So like tonight maybe, we sit down and go, tomorrow's a school day. Let's lay out the uniform to make it a bit better.
Yeah.
And I know it was so hard saying goodbye yesterday. I know that getting dressed is really hard. What if, sometimes kids have a special object. So when my child was in year 1, we were having a lot of trouble with drop-offs. And I said to him one day, what can we do to make it better? And he came up with this idea. He goes, what if I take my favourite Sonic toy and I just I literally give it a squeeze at the gate and then I give it to you and then you keep it safe and then you bring it back to pick up.
Oh, I love that,
and we
Jen.
only had, pardon?
I love that so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did it. I was the happiest woman alive as I walked away from the school gate with this enormous Sonic toy every day, thinking I don't care that I look silly with a soft toy. It only lasted about a week and a half and he was good.
I love it. We're going to give that a red hot go. Our guest this morning is Jen Muir from Connected Parenting. It's not just the younger ones, though, is it, Jen? The routine in the afternoons for the older ones is important as well.
Oh, completely. So I have a Year 7 that started this year, and he has lost his gym bag 4 times in 7 days. And he's got this beautiful housemaster who has dressed him head to toe for his sports 4 times. And I texted him, I said, I'm really grateful. And I said, I think we might need, you might be seeing my son a lot. And he just said, it's okay. We're going to work together on this, child. So I think knowing with older kids, they, same thing. While they may not be having such a big meltdown as the 7-year-old, what they're doing is trying so hard as well to hold it together that they're going to lose stuff and forget stuff and, kind of have different problems at the same time. And same thing, we've got to understand that their brain is working really hard to adjust and remember lots of things. Being a bit patient with all of this emotionality while they settle can make a big difference.
Love it so much, Jen.
Such good advice, Jen.
No wonder we got so much feedback from when you were on last time. It's such incredible work you do. If you want more from Jen, you can always follow her on the socials, Connected Parenting AU, and the book Little People, Big Feelings is out now, and the podcast Beyond the Chaos podcast that you do with Amy. My wife just shows me videos of Amy every day, all day, going, have you seen this one? Have you seen this? She's so funny. I'm like, yes, you've showed me that one. It's amazing. But the podcast you do is incredible as well. Jen, you're welcome back anytime on this show.
I've loved chatting to you guys, and I'd love to.
The Gina and Maddie Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.